Mission Assembly. Please listen respectfully today as we honor a man that changed our nation and our lives. A man that sacrificed his own life to make a difference in the lives of others. He challenged everyone to do the right thing, to treat everyone with equal respect, equal rights, and compassion. We are here today living in a better nation because of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Now everyone, please rise and remove your hats as Quick Band sings our national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail as the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Thank you, Gwen. Today, we do not wish to give everyone a Martin Luther King history lesson. We do wish to encourage you, though, to appreciate and emulate what he stood for. Everyone, please welcome Mrs. Knight.
Hi, I'm Hillary. I teach chemistry, and I'm here to tell you about a growing experience in my life and to give you something to think about. During my short story, I will refer to African American people as Black people, because in my experience, this is how they refer to themselves. 10 years ago, I met my husband, Chad. Chad is a Black man from Abbeville, Alabama. Abbeville is an hour south of Montgomery and is the size of Cedar Woolley. It is what Chad and his family refer to as country. When Chad and I got engaged, we took a trip to Alabama over winter break so I could meet his family. I was so nervous. Meeting your boyfriend or girlfriend's parents is never easy, even when you're 30 years old, which I was at the time. Besides being nervous about meeting his family, I was worried his family wouldn't accept me. Chad had mentioned his cousins had teased him that he'd started hanging out with white folks and listening to Guns N' Roses. I was worried I wouldn't fit in. When we arrived in Abbeville, the first thing we did was go pick up Chad's brother Marquise. As Marquise sat in front with Chad, they gave me a driving tour of the town. They pointed as we went. That's the white folks' church, that's the Black folks' church. That's the white folks' funeral home, that's the Black folks' funeral home. There's the white folks' barbershop, and that's the Black folks' barbershop. I sat in the back, surprised by the unofficial segregation in the town, and feeling superior, because where I came from, there was no racism like this. Then it hit me. I was born and raised in Cedar Woolley. There was no racism because at that point, there weren't that many races. I went to high school with one Black kid and a few Latinos, but it was mostly white. My parents instilled in me to treat and love everybody equally. And yet to that point in my life, I had surrounded myself with white people. I had never had Black or Asian or Latino friends, even in college. There I was, 30 years old, in the back seat of our rental car, dumbfounded by the shell I had unwittingly surrounded myself with. I was told to treat everybody equal, and I told myself I believed it. But was I walking the walk or just talking the talk? I had a lot of new experiences that year in Abbeville. I ate collard greens and chitlins for the first time. I sat on the porch at Chad's mom's house and listened to the cicadas sing in the heavy southern night air. I laughed until I cried at Tyler Perry's character Medea. Met Chad's family and couldn't understand what they were saying half the time. Basically, I felt like I was the only white girl for miles. It was a great trip. We give lip service to Martin Luther King's dream every year, but do we do anything about it? Do we really live multicultural lives without prejudice and racism, or do we just say we do? White kids, do you have any Black and Latino friends? Latino kids, how many white friends do you have? Can you look in the mirror and truly say you live his dream? If you can't, I challenge you today to get outside your comfort zone and make a new friend, whether in a different race or a different social circle. Break down the barrier that keep people apart. You can change it one relationship at a time. 2 months before his assassination, Dr. Martin Luther King was speaking in his own congregation. The words he spoke that night would become his own eulogy. He said, "Every now and then I ask myself, what would I want said at my own funeral? And I leave these thoughts with you this morning." Quote, "I don't want a long funeral, and if you get somebody to deliver the eulogy, tell them not to talk too long. Tell them not to mention that I have a Nobel Peace Prize. That's not important. Tell them not to mention the 300 or 400 awards. Those aren't important. Tell them not to mention where I went to school. That isn't important. I'd like somebody to mention on that day that Martin Luther King Jr. tried to give his life to serving others. I'd like for somebody to say that day, Martin Luther King Jr. tried to show love to everyone. I want them to say that day that I tried to do the right thing. I want them to be able to say that I did try to feed the hungry. I want them to be able to say on that day that I did try in my life to clothe the poor. I want them to say on that day that I did try in my life to visit those who were lonely. And I want them to say that I tried to love and serve all of humanity. Yes, if they want to, say that I was a drum major. Say I was a drum major for justice. Say I was a drum major for peace. Say I was a drum major for righteousness. And all the other shallow things won't matter. I won't leave any money behind, but I just want to leave a committed life behind. And that's all I have to say. If I can help somebody as I pass along, if I can cheer somebody up with a song, if I can show somebody that they're traveling down the wrong path, then my living will not be in vain."
Martin Luther King Jr. took a stand. He even put his own safety at risk to make that stand. The stand against discrimination. The stand for equal rights. And the stand against violence and hatred. He did not accept torment towards others. He did not accept humiliation of others. He did not stand silent when others needed his voice. We too can change our society for the better, but it takes all of us. We can all make a choice to show empathy and compassion towards others and treat them the way you want to be treated. Martin Luther King Jr. taught us that one person can make a difference. Dr. King believed that each of us is special. Each of us is here for a purpose, and that main reason for all of us to make the world a better place. No matter what color you are, what religion you are, what you look like, what you sound like, and no matter where you're from, you belong here. Dr. King understood that his words had the power to transform others. Through our actions and words, we too can affect the lives of those around us. Words have tremendous power. Any comment about another person can make us feel either great or terrible. What we say matters. This gives us an important choice to make each day. Will we use our words to lift up others or bring them down? I'm sure you have heard the saying, think before you speak. Today, the catchphrase should be, think before you type. With social media such as Facebook and Twitter, people have never had a greater ability to negatively impact another person's life, forever. Consider the potential impact you have on others. Will it be positive or negative? Most of us here will be parents one day, and we should all hope to have someone like Martin Luther King Jr. in our child's corner. Someone that will stand up for them. Someone that will come to their defense. Someone that will right the wrongs. Someone like Martin Luther King Jr. Now, please welcome this year's cast of Woolly Idol. Actually, Robbie, Francisco, Andy, Maddie, Taylor, and Valeria will be singing for
I'm a little boy with glasses, the one they call the geek, the one who never smiles, because I've got braces on my teeth. And I know how it feels to cry myself to sleep.
I'm that kid on every playground who's always chosen last. A single teenage mother trying to overcome my past. You don't have to be my friend, but is it too much to ask?
Don't laugh at me. Don't call me names. Don't get your pleasure from my pain. I'm not perfect, and your words really burn. Don't laugh at me.
I'm the guy on the corner. You passed me on the street. And I wouldn't be out here digging if I had enough to eat. And don't think I don't notice that our eyes never meet.
I lost my wife and little boy the day that someone crossed that yellow line. The day we laid them in the ground is the day I lost my mind. So now I'm down to holding this little cardboard sign. So,
Don't laugh at me, don't call me names, don't get your pleasure from my pain. I'm not perfect, and your words really burn. Don't laugh at me. I'm fat, I'm thin, I'm short, I'm tall, I'm deaf, I'm blind, but aren't we all? Don't laugh at me.
Now, please welcome this year's cast of Woolly Idol.
Hi, my name is Andy. My name is Quinn.
My name is Rachel. My name is Linnea.
I'm John.
Hi, I'm Grace. My name is
I'm Ray.
Taylor.
I'm Ray.
Hi, I'm Hannah.
I'm gonna make a change for once in my life.
It's gonna feel real good. Gonna make a difference. Gonna make it right.
As I turn up the collar on my favorite winter coat, this wind is blowing my mind.
See the kids in the street, when I love to weep. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see their needs?
A summer's disregard of a broken bottle top and a one man soul.
They follow each other on the wind, you know, 'cause they got nowhere to go. That's why I want you to know I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. No message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change. Na 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 na.
I've been a victim of a selfish kind of love. Stuff that I realize.
What's up with your home? I think it's alone. Could it be really me pretending that they're not alone? A little deeply scarred, somebody's broken heart, and a washed out dream.
They follow the pattern of the wind you see, and they got nowhere to be. That's why I'm starting with me.
I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. No message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. No message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change. La 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 la.
Thank you. In the words of Martin Luther King, the ultimate measure of every person is not where they stand in moments of comfort and convenience, but where they stand in times of challenge and controversy. As we leave here today, I hope everyone will remember everything Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. stood for. Treat each other with kindness and compassion. Monday is just not another day off. It's a day to be thankful for Dr. King and all the men and women who follow in his footsteps. Now, we'll all go to navigation.